Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. Well, I've done quite a bit of technology testing over the last week, and my Unraid server over there is turned off at the moment, and the reason is simple. When it's idling, it draws 140 to 150 watts. So the whole point of it is to have it there so I can connect to it, so I can offload files, I can use it for all my movies and everything like that. It's got to be turned on all the time, 24/7. And literally it's cost it 150 watts when it's idle, 190 watts when it's in use. That's too much. Can't afford that going forward. I can use it as a storage place, where I just turn it on, offload files to it and so on, or get files off it for an hour or two at a time. But that's it, fortunately. I wish it was different, wish I had other options, but I don't. So I've put Jellyfin on my Mac, and my Mac is not only more powerful than that, it's already partway through doing all the files and that for my media system, but it's doing it all with 20 to 30 watts. Lower than that when it's actually just idling, doing the Plex and stuff. There's just no comparison. So I've got my CalDigit dock plugged into this MacBook, and I've got 3 SSD 4 terabytes connected to it, which I've got all my files on. Works. Just works. I know that's like a corny thing to say, but it does. And it does it silently. I'd also tested yesterday by removing my GPU from my computer, and I was able to do everything except my modded Skyrim was very slow, and while Cyberpunk modded worked, there was some kind of weird latency issue. Even without FSR on, it felt sluggish. And the thing is, remember, games to me are not just games. They are part of my therapy, part of my treatment. I have to be able to use it. I always also managed to get the Valve Index to work with the computer with the rated graphics running it, and it runs stable 45 FPS, which seems low for a thingy, but it was actually stable, and it didn't cause any issues with me using it. I did all my Beat Saber with it. It was fine, no problems at all, actually. But we're just not quite there yet for integrated graphics to take over everything. So I put the 5060 Ti back in there, and I'm going to be undervolting and doing a few things to try and see what's the amount of power I can justify. Anyway, so that's all this is testing for when I've got the money at the end of the month to replace things. I think it's a given that this little laptop here, this MacBook Air, is going to become the NAS for the system. It just works so fucking well. There's nothing. I still don't like Apple, but this MacBook Air is a tank. It runs everything. And paired with the CalDigit dock, the Thunderbolt 4 dock, it's a powerhouse. The only thing I'll have to buy is Prime Storage, and I may actually use this. This is a Seagate Ayacuda, one of the fastest mechanical drives you can get. Now, unfortunately, a long time ago, I lost my connector for this. I've got to do some, let's say, tweaks to get it working. I don't have an adapter for it, but once I've got those, this is a 16 terabyte storage drive, very powerful. So that could be plugged into this. First, it'll be plugged into my main system to download some stuff. So, apart from that, everything's okay. You already know in the other video what I'm dealing with, so bye bye for now. Peace for the other channel.